There we go. That ought to be good. All right, Viridian time. Viridian time. Time to find out if, how cursed this team is. Alright, so we have Athena at least. And she seems kind of baller. Speed! What the fuck, Athena? She's so slow! What the shit? I guess the Gilded Axe helps to make up for that. She could just start trying to one-shot stuff. Is this Zeke? This is Zeke. Okay, promoted Zeke instead of Viridian. Wait, promoted Zeke instead of Viridian. But Viridian... Oh, no, this is instead of Frederick, right? Because Viridian is Hyperius. Yo! Okay, these are the stats I want. No convoy. Okay, maybe Zeke is Viridian. So we can't save Zeke. TMGC Court will be very happy. Zeke has to die. Zeke also has good stats, just like real life. Just like real life. Wait, why does Hyperius have a silver bow he can't use? What? Does anyone else have items they can't use? Why does Gaylord have a flame sword he can't use? Is Gaylord even promoted? Gaylord is promoted. Why can't he use the flame sword? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this team? Alright, Charlie has the short bow. Do you have bow range +1? No, of course you fucking don't. No, of course you fucking don't. Over half of my teammates have items they can't use! What the shit? This is evil. Alright, Athena, just fucking bonk this guy. At least you can use everything you fucking came with. Charlie doesn't even kill this brigand with a silver bow. What the hell? Yo, I'm beginning to think the reverse recruitment Viridians are bad. Maybe third arc units are just badly designed. Well, this isn't the intentional design. This is reverse recruitment, where for some reason all of them start with weapons they can't use. Hope for Rift, Callum, and Argent. Hi, Jeff. Alright, Athena, kill the archer. You can't. Of course you can't. Alright, Zeke, kill this person. We will sleep staff the archer. I do like it when units join this stuff they can't use unironically. It can be cool, but I think in this case it's not. In this case it's evil. Like, Gaylord is 2 ranks away from being able to use the flame sword. We'll mend up Charlie. Brave sword you. Dirk Brave Axe. See, but in those cases, like, they're close, right? Is Athena fucking dead? Oh my god. Make your ba proud. Every training project feels useless when the pink assassin exists. Again, this is reverse recruitment. This is not, like, intentionally designed in any way, shape, or form. I think you're missing the part where, like, it gets silly on or it gets not necessarily silly on purpose, but that's part of the gimmick, right? Of RR, is things get silly. Or do you mean in vanilla that you find Olsen invalidates training projects? Because if that's the case, I gotta disagree. Oh my god, Charlie. I vote for T. Testosterone moment. But like, in vanilla, not only does Olsen show up quite late, but like, also is kind of like, what's the, like, oh, she has lethality, like, there's points to it, but she's kind of like, she does sometimes kind of feel like, what's the point? I was thinking trans, testosterone, either way. The epic T sauce. I was thinking about RR. I usually like silly, but I mean, that's part of the wonder of RR is things get turned up to 1,000,000, right? Especially with the caps glitch. Like, we have a literally invincible unit. We have multiple literally invincible units, actually. Because, like, Johan is also basically invincible, right? Here, going this side works much better. And then Kyrie is also basically invincible. Like, enemies are seeing 0 hit on her regularly. I feel like Viridian Arc is probably going to be the last challenging portion of the game, too, just because of our super units. And how this portion doesn't have super units. So it'll be interesting. Here comes the Cavs. Alright, Carbon... Carbon certainly is a unit. 2320. Jesus Christ, Mikey. You've fallen on hard times. Jesus Christ, Mikey, you've fallen on hard times. Why do the stats look like that with just numbers? It's part of the glitch that lets people go past their caps. Does Zeke replace Viridian? I think so, even though Viridian replaced Hyperius, so I'm not sure what the logic is. Avoid from Support and Perfectionist on Carbon? What about that 20 avoid? I'm not trying to dodge tank, I mean in general, but especially with a bow unit. Carbon and Mikey without their bonuses. Mikey has fallen on hard fucking times. Fucking capped HP Gaylord. Can't even fight back, no swords. Look at that. The Robust Boon Corn Experience. Jesus Christ, Mikey, you suck ass. Jesus Christ, Charlie, you suck ass. Okay, kill the rapier guy. Silver bow. Just cause causing problems. Yeah, just cause is definitely part of it. Just causing problems. Yuck, 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 yuck. Hyperius is Viridian, Zeke is Frederick. Ah. So Viridian having the convoy, because Viridian still has convoy access. Or Zeke has convoy access, rather. Mikey replaced Estelle's bases. It's tragic. I just noticed Hyperius's mini-mug. Wait, what is Hyperius's mini-mug? Oh, shit! I didn't know the horse could reach. Is convoy just a class skill? Oh, it might be. What's wrong with Hyperius's mini-mug? I don't get it. The cursor starts on Hyperius. That would make sense then. We gotta go like hyper aggro. But also not let Hyperius die. I could have sworn he had sunglasses. I guess those could be sunglasses? I think they're just his eyes, though. Is Carbon getting sent? Honestly, I don't know who I'm sending. Like, honestly, I don't know who I'm sending. I'll decide when we get there, but that's probably not gonna be today. Does it even matter? Probably not. Like, aside from the one map where they're force deployed, I don't see myself using any of these bozos. Unless someone gets, like... Unless someone gets a really big blow up. But so far, I find myself not impressed. I mean, I guess we could send Zeke, right? Sending Zeke would probably be pretty good. And, like, if Athena levels well, another flyer would be cool. Gaylord probably getting sent, because, like, staff force, right? Another convoy would be nice, yeah. Good job, Athena. Spur speed is also just good, you know? I like the idea of a mobile convoy. It's an interesting idea that FE7 kind of failed to pull off. Zeke's hitting the one rounds, he's so good. I mean, genuinely though, Zeke is probably my best unit here. Send Rose for easier Laronde? I mean, I don't know. I think Laronde is easy to recruit anyway. Is Wormslayer targeting res vanilla behavior? It is vanilla behavior. It is. Twang! Twang! Oh my god, Charlie, you suck so much ass. They're the worst! Alright, so if Hyperius is Viridian, we're gonna have to rescue him over to have a chatty Cathy. Short bow cope. They can't even use the short bow. Like, not until level 12 promoted, they can't even use the short bow. Good job, Mikey. Callum archetype needs 7 million kills to even do their thing. Damn, Carbon got hit by the 39, falling off. You do not have lucky 7, Carbon. Shut the fuck up. You goddamn loser! Scott the Wazard? Carbon moment. Bro thinks he's him. Skull emoji. We get the legally mandated non-binary archer, very nice. Mikey, that's not very nice. These fucking levels. Oh my god. Mikey, you fucking clown. Oh my Lanta. I don't know why so many hacks have non-binary marks people. It's just sort of a thing. Oh my god, Charlie's dead. Yo, this map is awful. They're the bulky sniper, right? Smiley face. $200 res sniper win. Charlie kind of is. Charlie kind of is. Kind of. Kind of. Not technically a sniper, but Niles? Yeah, Niles is the mage killer. Shura too. Don't look up where they're positioned in the weapon triangle. Just use the dual Yumi smiley face. I do think the dual weapons are like... I mean, obviously you don't get them in Conquest, except for Calamity Gate and Duel Club. But, like, I do think the dual weapons are sometimes a bit undervalued. Like, on the video I made recently about, magic weapons, someone brought up that, like, yeah, you could use tomes, but, like, the bolt axe helps you get triangle, and it's like, but Calamity Gate exists, right? Or, you know, the whole point about outlaws having very good res, but not being good against tomes, it's like, well, just use the dual Yumi, right? I feel like, maybe because they're not natively in Conquest, and most people only think of Conquest, they get kind of, like, overlooked. Which is a shame because they're just in really, really good tools. God, Mikey, you suck so much shit. To be fair, dual Yumi is not on the route where outlaws actually exist. I was gonna say, what about Rev, but Niles doesn't exist, and therefore Nina doesn't exist. Shura exists though. Like, I've gotten some good mileage out of dual Yumi Shura, and I'm not even a Shura fan. Sometimes you want the Bolt Axe anyway. At least Tome Rank feels like it takes forever when you can just use the Bolt Axe with C+ weapon triangle advantage. See, here's the thing about Bolt Axe Elise, right? Is, like, her accuracy's bad enough without it. I would not rely on, Bolt Axe Elise to hit stuff. Bolt Axe Elise never hits. Like, Forged Fire Tome Elise, sure. But she's got terrible skill and very hard to access, like, accuracy boosting skills. What is it? Marry Odin for a Heartseeker is her only one. Bizarre says fuck to weapon triangle to hit with res. What? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand. I feel like I'm overlooking. Do you mean like with the Bolt Naginata? But what is the Bolt Naginata like getting triangle over? Swords? Sword users? You know how annoying it is to chain tome rank after already training axe rank? I mean, here's the secret. You don't have to train her axe rank. You don't have to train her axe rank. No one, you're not legally required to use the bolt axe. You're not gonna get like, Goto's gonna show up and be like, actually, you're not allowed to go forward because you didn't get the bolt axe rank. Elise gets her best tome at E anyway. I think what Berwick is talking about is the weapon triangle bonuses, though. But I would argue Elise gets, like, her best tomes at E and C, because lightning exists, right? Big Hurdy Lightning. The fucking Great Bow range. Oh my god. Bizarre hits all three parts of the triangle. Green with Tomes, blue with Calamity, and red with Bolt Naginata. Yeah, but again, that requires training up Lance rank on, like, I guess some hybrid units can be in there, but, like, I don't know. I just don't think the magic weapons are that good. I really don't. Like, for every use case you can think of for a magic weapon, there's just a tome that does the job better. And doesn't require you to train up physical weapons on magical units. The exception is the Shining Bow, if you have like a Shining Bow user to snipe down flyers, but then you've just got a physical unit. You've got a physical bow that does the job better in every bow, right? What platform is this game on? This is a ROM hack, so I guess Nintendo PC would be the answer. It's based on a Game Boy game, though. I like Levin Sword on Corrin and Leo. If Leo, like, but you gotta train Leo's sword rank to get it. Like, I guess Corrin, sure, maybe. But, like, you gotta train Leo's sword rank to get it. Just give him the fucking Fire Tome, War Spirit, Calamity Gate. Like, those are available on every route. Levin Corrin is so 2016 coded. If you're, like, I guess if you're going, like, Hoshido Noble, for whatever reason, I know Hoshido Noble is, like, the best at using the Yado to kill bosses. So, like, if you're going Hoshido Noble for whatever reason, then, like, sure. It gives him a tome option. Have you seen my Swordmaster Leo? What does Swordmaster Leo give you? Like Vantage Astra strats? Or is it just the extra speed? I think Leo's speed is fine. Like his base requires fixing, but his growth is good. Nor Noble likes the Levin sword anyway. E-rank tomes. Yeah, but fire is E-rank. Like, just forge a fire +1. Nor Noble does not like Levin sword. Hoshino Noble's the physical one anyway, so they didn't even like Levin that much. True, they've got like the extra strength, right? I guess for like 1-2 range on Hoshino Noble? I think Hoshino Noble's like a pretty bad class anyway. I made Levin Sword good in my hack because fire got nerfed. That's the way to do it, though. Why not just use Kodachi? Because you can't double! Kodachi can't double and it makes you slower and it can't crit, so it's bad and worthless and never use it! Did I successfully encapsulate 2016 game FAQs? Oh my god, Mikey. Eat ass. Fire Emblem fans hate downsides. Yeah, it's just like the Tellius... Oh my fucking god! Charlie! It's just like the Tellius Sages, right? It's just like the Tellius Sages, where people say the Tellius Sages suck because... Or they're bad design because they don't have staff access. As if that's not the entire fucking point. As if it's not, like, just trade-off. I think I just got her killed. You either train up a regular Sage and get staff access, or you get one of the pre-promotes and don't. But no, it's bad design to have a trade-off. Yo, this map sucks shit and ass and fuck. I would say that to Radiant Dawn Sages. Radiant Dawn Sages have stabs! They just tier 3. Arc Sages have them. S-rank fire still has a niche. Oh, in Radiant Dawn? Yeah, for like the whole doubling thing, because it boosts your speed, except for it weighs 1,000,000 pounds, so it doesn't actually. I think people exaggerate the usefulness of S-rank fire because it's so heavy that you don't actually gain that much speed off of it. Let me wait until part 4 for heal rank. I think something you're not factoring in is that the tier 2 classes are essentially tier 1 classes. Everyone starts in tier 2 aside from the like half of the Dawn Brigade. Radiant Dawn Tormod enjoyers. I don't want to learn Braille, but I might have to. What's going on? My favorite Tellius mechanic is the staff counters. You know, everyone loves staff counters. Everyone loves staff counters. I don't. Staff counters very transparently only exist so that you can't steal stabs with thieves. Like they're transparently just a nerf to thieves. And I think what they ended up doing is nerfing staffers instead. Cause like now arc sages and bishops and whatnot will counter with stabs. It's a nerf to bishops mainly for no reason. I mean, I think from a design perspective, the intention was to nerf thieves, because you can't steal physic anymore. Because that was the thing you did with them in, in Path of Radiance, is you would steal stabs. Why couldn't you have like a horse slayer or something? Why do you have to suck so much, Mikey? The reason Mikey sucks so much is he's Estelle. I hope that helps. Makes sense. Makes fucking sense. Let's just spawn block this Great Bow guy because they're obnoxious. Someone in Japan was paid to make staff bonks when the game was made. I wonder how well they're doing in life. I'm sure they're doing just fine. Why is Clark here? That's Jeff. That's just Jeff. As it turns out, when you play a tightly designed map with characters other than the ones the map was tightly designed around, it changes from a really good map to a really garbage one. Who'd have guessed? But we're almost through it. Alright, Charlie, kill this person. Recruit Jeff. Yeah, partisan you. I want chat's opinion on this. Should there be character-effective weapons designed to kill one unit in your army? I mean, that just sounds like a nerf against that one unit. It sounds like the Frederick Hammer situation, but like X or Dawson. Honestly, Thracia already has that. Every hammer is designed just to kill Dawson, and they're all over the place. And it is not the only reason why Dawson sucks shit, but it is one of the reasons why Dawson sucks shit. Hi, Addington. I don't know about the armors in Thracia. The only armors in Thracia are Dawson and Xavier. And Xavier joins near the end of the game. Strangely, hammers aren't all that common after Xavier. Yeah, they're like everywhere before Xavier, but then once Xavier joins, they're gone. Kaga's vision was fuck Dawson. Oh, right, the base. I always forget about the base. We need to get Luna. If we get Luna on Mikey, then we can actually fucking do something. Are you implying that Estelle is bad? I'll just outright state that Estelle is bad, smiley face. Implying is a coward's game. Addington's gonna be fucking worthless. I like Estelle. I like Estelle too, but like, she's got nothing going for her. Definitely bottom 3 of the Viridians. No. No. There's some stinkers in the Viridians. Like, right off the bat, Wilhelm Manfred, definitely worse. Dirk, definitely worse. Carbon, definitely worse. Like, the Viridians are just full of stinkers. Oh, it's PRF! No one for him to reeve, though. Oh, Anima. Or, Dark Mage. Whenever I want a 10-move ranger that clicks the boots button on Carbon. Manfred is better than Estelle? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, in fact. Look, it's 2 good units. Yeah, do we send Flynn? He can't be Ranger. Does he have Double Lion? No, it's... Yeah, he does. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're sending Flynn, then. Flynn without needing to do the fucking hassle of training Flynn up? Yes, please. Manfred with Pure Water can Nos tank better than what Estelle is doing. I just think he's a clown. I just think he's a clown. That's push res, not double lion. What? right, he does get push res. Lol. Well, okay. We still might send him. I need more swordmasters. There's not enough swordmasters in the main army, clearly. Do people actually use pure water? On Manfred? I would imagine if you're using Manfred, that's the only fucking reason to. Estelle can use Bias Quiver 10 move. Yeah, like, that's a gimmick, right? That's a thing she has going for her. Do you know how cheap pure water is? It's like 300, right? Manfred is unironically asking for nothing. He could be your last promote and it wouldn't matter. I mean, Estelle is asking for 2 levels to be a 10-move Bias Quiver user, though. Like, bows are good. Estelle does have very little going for her, but it's more than fucking Manfred does. Estelle is required for post-game tier list relevant. What's, is that like one of the chapters? One of the secret, extra secret chapters or whatever? None of these houses are in danger, right? There's no anti-turtle. Drink pure water and watch a horde of enemies not actually kill him. I mean, pure water, what? It ups his speed, that's it? And res, I guess. But, like, is that relevant on Manfred? Wait, how long range is Sagittae? I thought Sagittae was 3 range. It's 2 to 4. Why did I think it was 2 to 3? I thought it was 2 to 3. I thought it was like a longbow. Manfred is the weakest dark magic user, and dark is not superb. Dark, unfortunately, just is missing oomph. There's nothing really oomphy in Dark. Mikey, why do you suck so much shit? You're underrating Nosferatu? No, I think I'm appropriately rating Nosferatu. Dark magic gets hard carried by Kenneth being really good. True! This is your Mikey without bonuses. If you want to Raz tank Viridian, just use Rune Sword Rift. I mean, Rune Sword Rift is more expensive, though. But also better. Kenneth has a really rough late game for a while. Oh, you mean like before he goes Baron? Why is Kenneth good? I know why, but actually tell me. He's bulky? He's bulky at a point in the game where you don't have that many bulky units, and then he just continues to be really bulky. Plus, basically perfect availability certainly helps. Eventually his speed kind of sucks and Gilded Shred through him. Luna Mage with an infinite Brave Bow. Oh right, he has Luna too, which I guess is sometimes relevant. He can slot into the staffer role. True. He's just got a lot going for him. He doesn't have downsides. His speed is a bit of a downside. His speed is a bit of a downside. Manfred doesn't have the speed problem Kenneth does. Okay, but he doesn't have the upsides Kenneth does, though. Like, Lynn doesn't have Manfred's speed problem either. Or, Lynn doesn't have Kenneth's speed problem either, but I don't think anyone would say that she's better. Kenneth doesn't have the not being in the game downside Manfred does. That's actually so fucking funny. I don't know why I find that so funny. Kenneth gets that downside in this run. Yeah, Kenneth is Olsen, right? Nice dodge tank, Flynn. Alright, I should probably decide who we're sending, right? Probably Carbon? Gaylord? Cause like we want to start buying Lotuses, right? Manfred fans realizing Svelte has speed without wasting resources. Well, okay, that's not fair. I think the wasting resources argument, like, as a Manfred is bad truther, I think the wasting resources argument is kind of brain dead, not gonna lie. It's fucking 300 gold for a pure water. It's fucking 300 gold. Like, he's not wasting resources. He does have to spend an action to do it, so, like, that, you could talk about, like, the action economy. But wasting resources, like, come on. We can trash on Manfred without pretending the game works different than it does. More like wasting turn. Yeah, I think wasting turn is a more accurate... Yeah, because the action economy, right? I think Pure Water sucks for him, just click barrier. I mean, that's still the action economy, it's just a different person's action, right? Manfred, when his whole bag makes worse Wilhelm. True, we need that 300 gold so that Wilhelm can have 0.03 crit. It's the Sam or Lagustone racing issue. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Just reclass to Sage and use Earth Power Force Spike. True! Unlock it to svelte levels I can't use without a gimmick. Huh? Oh, we're still having wait, we're still doing Manfred discourse? Manfred is good. You just have to give him 7 animus speed so he can have a real animus steel so he can have a real speed cap. Manfred discourses should do Doom Diallo with Wilhelm on chapter 5. Carbon Gaming! Can we just ask good units instead, like Natasha? Natasha overrated. Natasha is overrated, but only because I saw someone say she was in contention for top 1, and I cried. Natasha Wrath doesn't do much. It is, one of the strategies for early Night Ring, but, like, Kenneth Luna's better. Top 1 is Delusional, holy hell. We were having a conversation, a bunch of people and I were having a conversation, like, who do you think is top 1? And I think it's Blair. But there were some other, there's obviously, you know, in a cast like TMGC, there's gonna be other candidates. And there were some other ones that I would call reasonable. Stuff like Peggy, Kenneth. I heard the argument for Aaron and I disagree. I think Aaron is solidly not top 1. And then Desmond was another argument. But somebody proposed Natasha, like, in full seriousness. 0% Aaron kills everyone with the flame sword. I mean, first off, that's not true. But even if it were, why are we judging in a zero growths context when, like, the game doesn't have zero growths? I think Aaron's pretty good, but, like, I think Aaron gets overrated because people think she's a Jagan. Banner Lance is awesome. True. I think Desmond is the best unit. That's valid. I think it's Blair, but Desmond's a solid pick. Jeff is like top 7 because of his assassin combat. I don't think it's anything special. It depends on how much you value his thief utility, but I don't think his combat is anything special. Like, I can see it if you're a really big fan of the steals. His combat's good, but so is everyone else's, right? Top 3 is probably Desmond, Blair, Ken. I can see an argument for Peggy. Like, I can see an argument for Peggy. Swarp good was the argument made for Peggy top 1, and I think that same argument applies to, top 3. Jeff's combat is comparable to Artless Stefan, but with a better weapon type. By Artless, do you mean, like, no adepts? Jesus Christ, I forgot this guy's stats were stupid. Todd joins too late to be top 3. He joins like a little before the halfway point, right? I think Todd joins at normal dancer time. The thing is that Yu is better than Todd because Yu is just Todd with extra flexibility. So, like, I think that's the reason Todd can't be top 3. That I disagree with. It's one less chapter, but with more flexibility. Because she will always be a Todd, but when you don't need a second Todd, she can be a something else. And I think that more than makes up for a single chapter of availability. The turn needed to transform. I mean, sure, but like Bard trains, right? Just wanted to see how clown-faced he would be. It's one less turn every 5 turns, which in my opinion adds up over the course of a long game. I can see that. I personally think Yu's better than Todd, but I can see the argument for no. In the transform turn, you still Bard train with her? Yes.
He has Kanto. He does. Kanto is so good on a bard. That being said, it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna call this. We'll do the rest of Viridian later. Good night, gamers.